Allyce Jones will start on the right for now. There's the quick hands. We always note him early because J.W. Johnson with the first shot.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants you speeding it up at him through the middle, and he is going to absolutely dominate that exchange.
Second serve. 0-0-2.
Riley Newman overhead practice there, worked out for him.
Nice shot from Allyce Jones. And Dave, we've had the conversation just within the last few tournaments in regards to mixed and having the female be able to create opportunities. Yes. Georgia Johnson is a big reason they find success in this mixed partnership.
Yeah, all year long she has been banging away at whoever. I mean, she's speeding up the ball. I don't care who you are.
And you'll see the contrasting style, the great defensive play of Allyce Jones. She'll shift over to the side of the court, defend her section, and set up her partner, more importantly. That's a great example right there.
Yeah, good job. That's what they want. They want Allyce, if she's going to get into that, to get one down or make J.W. Johnson switch sides of his body, and then Riley is going to give away the backside all day.
Second serve. 2-0-2. Side out.
I did not think Georgia Johnson was going to find the line there with how she reached out and put that paddle face.
Yeah, and then pronated the rest inside out. And Riley is always in the middle. Great shot by Georgia.
Second serve. 0-2-2.
And again, Allyce Jones coming up strong on that right side.
Yeah, that's twice she's beaten J.W. Johnson on the backhand side with a counter. Well done by Allyce.
Point.
So an early start for Jones and Newman, 3-0.
3-0-1. Second serve.
Another beautiful inside out attack from Georgia Johnson.
3-0-2.
Johnson and Johnson took down Jansen and Rettenmeyer to get here.
Point.
And right now, Jones and Newman finding a lot of success after the shift from the Johnsons. You can see J-Dub sitting a little bit heavy in the middle.
Yeah, and he wanted that ball before him that his sister took, and then he was way out of position.
Point.
Allyce Jones known for her varied dinking.
5-0-2.
She'll move the ball around quite a bit, Anya.
Point.
This feels like it needs to be a timeout. This is a runaway train to start out here in the quarters, and that is indeed what the Johnsons will do.
Paddles have been set down by Georgia and J-Dub. But for now, let's take a look at what we saw on the grandstand earlier today. This is Riley Newman and Allyce Jones going up against Hurricane Tyra Black and Tyler Leung. Hurricane Tyra Black has been working on her game coming from the professional tennis ranks, and it is showing. A great defensive play. It just continues. Tyler Leung switches sides, and the full layout from Allyce Jones. Like she's back on the volleyball court. I think there was a little blood drawn after this one. For heaven's sake, she even lost the paddle.
but and she lost the point, unfortunately. But we're not surprised. Yeah.
Look at her elbow, Dave, right now.
It's if she doesn't leave a tournament with some sort of skin ailment, it's stunning. I mean, look at that's full Superwoman there. I mean, she's amazing, and that's why the fans love her.
I kid you not, she is now repped and sponsored by a Band-Aid brand. She posted about it earlier today. I've got to find it. You want to talk about correct branding maneuvers? That's the one right there.
Perfection.
Dave, what are your thoughts on dinking? And the reason I ask is because we just saw Jack Sock play, and he talked about how he doesn't hit a backhand dink. And I'll continue this thought after this point. But I also think it's relative to Georgia Johnson. She loves to sit and hit that cross-court slicing forehand. And you think of so many players great at one very specific dink. Doesn't mean they don't have the others, but there's great consistency with it. I think at the amateur level, so many athletes try and find, oh, we got to have the backhand roll. We got to have that backhand slice. We got to have every single shot. But is that necessarily the case?
I mean, I think you need to get comfortable, and that's why we talk about sides. Like, if Jack's going to play the left side all day, then he can dictate and run around. And, you know, he's been very public about the fact that he doesn't have a backhand, and he loves to just rip forehand. So at the kitchen line, if you have the movement and the athleticism to fill in the hole that you're running away from, then absolutely. Because there's a lot of people that don't feel comfortable dinking with one side or the other. And get one of them going and then work on the other one.
So you need to have a foundation, your kind of go-to, but I even think about being able to create on the left side as a female athlete. That's been one of the big discussions with one hand. And we've seen so many female athletes add that to their game, trying to find different shot selections. That's more at the speed up rate, but I don't know, I'm always just curious from a dinking standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you've got everything because positioning is so important. But if you know what you can and cannot do and accept the limitations of that, then that's great.
Allyce Jones has been really good in the last few tournaments at that lob.
Yeah, and if you are going to take a high five, or your hand better be in shape because it's coming 100 miles an hour. And she is winning all day against J.W. Johnson in front of her today, which good for her.
I was going to say, I don't know if anyone said that sentence before.
No, but it's true.
Man or woman.
Yeah.
Some nice communication as Allyce chases that down, but ultimately the forehand hammer of Georgia Johnson.
Yeah, Riley's used to, like, I got it, and wait, here she comes, she's already there.
So 9-1 for Jones and Newman.
This is 2 quarterfinals back-to-back with stunning differentials in the score. Not necessarily who's winning, but the scoreboard is crazy. 10-1.
Game point for the 4 seed. Jones didn't even have to stand up. Her partner finishing the rally.
Game 2.
Choosing her spots, keeping the ball on the ground, and setting up Riley Newman with that down the line attack of J.W. Johnson. And she's gotten it behind him a couple of times, and he just looked a little out of sort with his reads from her. I expect that to change here. We'll see if she can keep it going.
11-1 was game 1 score in this quarterfinal matchup. And the left arm is starting to raise for J.W. Johnson. Things are starting to flow a little better now on the side of Johnson and Johnson. There's something to be said about the steadiness of their approach and their mentality, having dropped that game 1. Just rather unfazed.
Side out.
Yeah, and I think, you know, what was so impressive with their victory at the last tourney was their patience at the line, and they played such a clean tournament.
And a foot fault on JW?
No, on Riley there.
Oh, on Riley.
What happened?
And I think they're going to confer here.
Yeah. Yeah, just snuck that right toe, if we see that again.
Right
0-2-2.
there.
Yep.
It's actually a great call by our officials. And right through the canyon in the middle.
I mean, that's unbelievable paddle awareness of Georgia Johnson to have that down the line covered there, because Riley was flying in. That's a great ball from Georgia.
Georgia ends up taking that out of the air. I thought she was going to let it bounce for the drop.
Yeah,
2-0-2.
lobs for Allyce Jones continue to be effective.
I will say too, they are wearing matching outfits again, Dave. That worked last time they did it.
Just gonna leave that right out there. They got to add a gold necklace to it, so not gonna lie.
And right now they're showing a fantastic response.
Yeah, sometimes when you just get run over, it's like, all right, everything went their way. You just talk yourself into that. They got every break. Let's, you know, we're not done by any means. Let's go.
Side out.
I think back to Arizona so often with this duo, Johnson and Johnson, as they beat Annalie Waters and Ben Johns. That was a momentous moment for them. They weren't able to pick up the win, actually taking the loss to Riley Newman and Anna Bright in that tournament. However, seemed like a shift in gears for these two.
Yeah, it's a huge confidence boost, and then they had to get that title, and that's what they got last week. So that now they are ready to go for the balance of the year.
Taking enough pace off, Allyce Jones.
And that's a great, if you're going to hit an offensive lob, get your feet directly to the kitchen line. Don't let them off the hook. They're not going to hit a huge overhead. It's a great job by Allyce. Don't back up if they're backing up.
Allyce Jones, the former volleyball player out of Utah Valley University. Go Wolverines. And there's the switch. You see Allyce on the left. Allyce was also a multi-sport athlete growing up. She was a gymnast. Played tennis, volleyball, and softball in high school.
Second serve. 5-1-2.
Quick hands for Riley Newman.
Yeah, that's the no-fly zone right there. That unique grip we love to talk about. The right side, you know, we say, hey, attack that paddle side hip. Not that dude.
Really nice location, the change for Riley Newman.
Yeah, and he saw the J.W. Johnson paddle was guarding the middle and went to that vacated spot. Well done.
Free fairy fair, Riley Newman.
That's how he got to all his practices, thanks to Mom.
3-5-1.
That will forever be my favorite call for Riley Newman.
Point.
He said that's 2, and that's exactly right. The exact same location, the speed up. And going at J.W. Johnson, when he shifted all the way directly in front of him, that minimizes the time he has to react. Shortest distance. Unbelievable point. Johnson and Johnson walking away with it.
Yeah, there was a lefty save about 20 minutes ago in the middle of that rally. And then nice hands in the crowd there.
4-5-2.
I don't know if the hands got pulled out there,
Yeah.
Dave.
Side out.
So it was a quick start for Johnson and Johnson here in game 2. A nice response from Jones and Newman.
5-4-1.
And a
Second
really
serve.
good lead for Allyce Jones.
Lobs are perfect. Indoor, no wind, so you should be able to
5-4-2.
judge it just right, and she certainly has.
And that's the lob that didn't quite see the baseline. And Riley, actually, it's fun. We've got a few different angles for us to be able to look at. I like the reaction he had for his partner there. Just after this, he looks back to his partner, says, it's all good. I understand what you were trying to do. It was effective earlier in that rally.
Yeah, he had 5 swings at an overhead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want to get to.
Side out.
So the attacking area is the backhand side of J.W. Johnson
Yeah.
here for these two, and they have been consistently going there.
Well, and sometimes it's kind of that off speed to the backhand side. I remember there was a time that a lot of athletes were looking in regards to Ben Johns potentially having some success, just that off-speed speed up on the outstretched backhand side. However, now Ben's got the two-handed, and you got to watch out. He quickly adjusted.
Yeah, players saw that all he's doing is resetting that ball, so keep going there and you'll get something. But that's a change situation.
Point.
Wow, just feisty.
6-6-2.
Okay.
Oh my, Georgia Johnson. Let's go, Georgia. Love
Okay.
that. Bring in the energy, the fire. Little shout to the other side. I'm all about it.
And now everyone is engaged. If J-Dub starts talking trash, this is going to be epic. Can't go there, says Riley. All right.
I'm adjusting my seat here, Dave. This is getting fun.
Same
And-
spot.
Exact same spot.
This is what I talk about, discipline of a game plan. This is what Jones and Newman decided they were going to do. It got them game 1, and they're tied in game 2, and they're staying with it.
So when teams are playing against Jones and Newman earlier on in their first tournament together, where were teams finding success?
Bringing lots of pace at Allyce Jones, and she's resetting everything, and they just kept coming at her. But today, that ball is cross court right into her wheelhouse. She doesn't have to hit that hard. So that's not the right ball. And great job by Allyce. She's pulled that behind J-Dub, and she already knows that's her target, so nothing has to change.
Looking for the rainbow.
Yeah, and he's got a little more grit on his paddle, the obsidian there from Gamma, so he's able to try some of that, which before he did not have that ability.
Step in for JW.
Yeah, and we'll see if on the odd, if they choose to keep Allyce on the left side, that changes where the ball comes from and the patterns that have been successful for them. They are going to stay in this.
JW Johnson. The crowd giving a little extra love, as they should.
I mean,
Georgia Johnson is playing very well right now against Riley Newman and Allyce Jones. JW Johnson is having to find a little bit of a response on the backhand side, where most of the speed ups have gone in this quarterfinal matchup. A nice read from J-Dub.
that is a tremendous overhead, because you have to get back and then flick your wrist with the ball behind your head. That usually sails out. That's a great job by J-Dub right there. What a circuitous route that Allyce took. I think it was like, wait, I got to go all the way to the right side. I'm not going straight ahead. And got there. It worked out.
Second server.
I will say, though, JW Johnson is looking to maybe shift to that left side. That was a good signal of that.
Side out.
Yeah, you saw Riley waving the elbows there like something big's coming, but just laid it into the middle and got the mistake.
7-9-1.
Great adjustment.
That is the point that we were waiting for. When is J-Dub going to start to shift, really protect that left side, especially with Riley coming over in front? That could be a game changer right there for the Johnsons. Watch out.
Side out.
Side out for Johnson and Johnson.
And again, he saved a backhand and then got the forehand to finish off the point.
9-7-1.
So great job by J-Dub.
Point.
I think Allyce agrees, but the problem was her body was in the way. So look at this. Game point for the Johnsons.
Looking for game number 3. And to number 3 we will go. Let's see what returns we can find here in game number 3. Newman, Jones, Johnson, and Johnson, a quarterfinal matchup. The spot in the semifinals is up for grabs, and Georgia Johnson, I love that. The initial strike and trying to get their team to a successful quarterfinal.
Yeah, just a little attitude in the middle of that match kind of changed things, and now she's been swatting winners.
Second
J.W.
serve.
Johnson with the lob, just missed wide.
0-0-2. Point.
J-Dub's third shot drive is very calculated. Doesn't take a massive swing at it. He even just kind of takes one step in. It doesn't get quite to the middle of the transition zone beyond that to drop the 5th. He just likes to be able to get that 3 feet within the baseline.
Well, they know that Allyce isn't going to hurt them, so they can get to the kitchen easily off that drive. And there is Georgia Johnson with that tucked inside out forehand winner, and they are looking great to start game number 3.
Side out.
Yeah, that's one that J.W. Johnson wants to take because he can hit that same mid-pace forehand,
0-3-1.
get the 5th, and they are consistently getting to the kitchen line. That's big.
And this time it's J-Dub reaching in with the quick flick.
And then you got to go to the left hip of Riley, and he did just that. And Riley can't adjust the paddle to keep it in the court. So smart with the aim.
I don't know how many times we've seen Allyce Jones load up that backhand and just pull it back to the line.
Especially with J-Dub. I mean, she's got all kinds of room there. So Georgia cannot speed the ball up cross court in the middle of the court, or sure, she's leaving her brother's side. Just no way to cover it.
Side out.
So we've seen Georgia Johnson have a ton of success speeding up the line throughout her career, regardless of who's in front of her. So where might she look against Riley Newman?
She keeps going behind right there. Just she knows he favors the forehand. And that again is J-Dub was not on it in game number 1 with the heads up with Allyce Jones, but he most certainly is now, and that's going to be a problem for these two.
Quick slide for Riley Newman.
Yeah, J-Dub is frustrated with his location of his 3rd shot drive there. He's got him unwinding the stack, so he should easily be able to get them to the kitchen.
We know Riley Newman's got some fresh legs as well. He's been, you know, rolling around Dallas in a golf cart. Saving those for preparation for this tournament.
Point.
And an extended look at the paddle here from Riley Newman as he likes to sort of ride that kitchen line and come to the right from his left side position, but couldn't catch up to that huge start for the Johnsons. Oh,
Side out.
perfect setup. I mean, that's been back to patterns. They're like, rip it at Allyce, we'll get to the line, then we'll get into what we prefer.
And Allyce, even from the transition zone, just watch how low she gets. She's only 5'2", guys, but she still is dropping her body and able to generate good power from a loaded position. Georgia Johnson fending off a lob and then finds the finisher.
Yeah, and then a yell and tiptoes here. Let's go. Okay.
And better movement. J.W. Johnson well prepped for the speed up.
Yeah, Allyce is hoping Riley comes in and takes that second one, and that's what he's saying right there, because she did catch him on the first one, but Riley wasn't home, and then it's trouble.
Second serve.
Big opportunity, here for the Johnsons to get to the other side up 4 here. You're going to switch sides here in game 3.
That's right on the right shoulder. 6-2 and a change of end here in game number 3. Johnson and Johnson with the advantage, up 6-2 over Newman. That's Riley Newman out of the Pacific Northwest, and Allyce Jones, a Utah native. It's for me. There you go, Riley. Getting some extra love.
Second serve.
Fantastic.
And now he's getting clapping for a ball that he misses off his feet. He asked for it. It's packed in there, Cam, but they haven't been boisterous, and I think that's what Riley's trying to find, anything to get himself going.
Side out.
Well, somebody has got J.W. Johnson's hands going. That backhand now becoming that much more of a weapon. Right.
Yeah, Riley came in for the next one there, Cam, but now J-Dub has seen 3 games worth of this, and he is on it. Just his whole demeanor is improved here.
Yeah, even jumping up and down a little bit at the baseline, getting those feet moving.
Second serve.
We do have another quarterfinal to be played. David,
6-2.
Arnold, Kovalova, and Wright. And that is just a mean slicing dink from Georgia Johnson, but multiple times now Allyce Jones finds the right location. It's just out of reach for J-Dub to go get, and it's on the backhand side of Georgia.
Point.
Georgia Johnson looking for the cross-court speed up.
3-6-1.
So far, Allyce Jones has had the answer to it. Not that time.
Second serve.
And the ladies are little chirping at each other. I love it.
Point. 4-6-2.
And it's Georgia Johnson off the bounce.
Really smart there. If you see a high looping topspin third, let that get to its
6-4-1.
apex, step back and crush it. Don't reach in and make that shot more difficult. Tremendous choice there by Georgia.
And that spells trouble. Off the net, plenty of space and angle.
Yeah, Allyce knew that was trouble, yelled at Riley to watch it, but all he could watch was a great ATP from Georgia.
Point.
It was 2-6 on the end change, now 8-4. And I don't know if I've seen this much fire from Georgia Johnson. At least outward emotion in that regard. And I'm here for it. Giving her brother an extra high five. North Carolina loving this Carvana PPA Tour stop. 920 total athletes.
What?
But we focus in on 4 of these fantastic pros. I know, Dave, it's wild. 920.
Love it.
Largest tournament in North Carolina history for pickleball. And they go back to what had been working for Jones and Newman.
Yeah, J-Dub was on that one there, got a little unlucky off the tape.
Side out.
And there's the movement of Newman just threatening, like, go ahead and drop that here, I'm gonna come get it. So big hold there.
4-9-1.
Knocking that down is Riley Newman.
He's got a fan in particular he's pointing at after each of his successful rallies.
An open lane for J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, I like the first ball from Allyce there, but the next one cannot go back to J-Dub with not enough on it from the transition area. That's SWAT team.
Point.
I will say, too, in terms of newer partnerships, there's incremental
6-9-2.
moments of growth for teams. And I think we've seen Allyce Jones and Riley Newman find a massive amount of growth just from their first tournament to their second tournament.
Yeah, just seeing that they have a clear strategy about how they want to go about this and execute it. Now they've gotten a couple freebies.
Watch out, Jones and Newman are within one.
And they call the timeout at 9-5. They had to save 2, which they did, and look at this.
Allyce is on the ground again. That might be the best defensive play we have ever seen.
9-all here.
And what a change for Riley Newman. He switched the side of body he attacked for J-Dub.
He sure did. At 9 apiece, he changed it up, and they, out of nowhere, have a match point.
And a missed third. Oh boy. Side out, down by 1. First one fended off for Riley Newman and Allyce Jones.
Yeah, J-Dub left the third up in the air. We'll see if they return to him again or not.
Apiece. She redirected one back cross court, tried to reset. Must win by 2. Georgia Johnson, the quick little flick, and the lead now 11-10 off the forehand side. 1 point advantage for Georgia Johnson and J.W. Johnson. They fought off a match point here in game number 3. They currently have the serve. Oh my. They left it. Woo. That was close, Dave.
So close. J-Dub got a ball, but Allyce got it down just enough so it wasn't a sitter.
Second serve.
Think back to the missed third at match point. Right now, Jones and Newman, it feels as if they have to find the 11th here.
Yes.
And they do.
Point. 11-11-2.
J.W. Johnson, a drive from the baseline, and the lob was well executed.
So smart from J-Dub because
11-11-1.
Riley's baiting him to go back to the left side, and he went back to the right. So smart.
Second server.
So tied up at 11 apiece again. The Johnsons need to find 2 here. Dropped 1 side out at this point. I think that came off the handle of Riley Newman.
No doubt about it. J.W. Johnson got exactly what he wanted, and an unclean hit from Riley was the difference.
Net love and point number 12. A match point again. This time it's for Jones and Newman. One of the best game threes we've seen. Match to Riley and Allyce.